Good morning, my dear students. I am Ashish Kumar Jha from Keshav Saraswati Vidya Mandir, your EVS teacher. As in the last class, we had discussed about the family, types of family, and the importance of family. So today we are going to start our topic. The name of the chapter is Learning from the Family. Children, have you ever asked your parents about their childhood? If you have never asked, do ask them. Our parents, how was their childhood? They will tell you. When I asked my mother, she told me that she was living in a joint family with her parents, grandparents, uncles, aunt, and their children. And all the children used to have a lot of fun. She told me that her grandparents used to tell them the short stories based on religion and moral short stories. She also told me that she used to spend her time, leisure time, in learning the performing arts such as dancing, singing, and playing the musical instruments. She also used to spend the time in the learning the creative arts such as painting. So we see that they had a very joyful childhood. Now, family also act as a center of learning. Family as a center of learning. As I have told you that family is our first school and mother is our first teacher. In family, in family every members have some special qualities and we can learn these special qualities from them. So family also act as a center of learning. For example, if see my mother cooks very well, so I can learn cooking from her. My father play harmonium, so I can learn how to play harmonium from my father. My brothers used to operate computer very well, so I can also learn from him how to operate the computer. So here we are seeing that family also act as a center of learning. Now, our next topic is how do children born? How are babies born? How are babies born? Have you ever invited to a celebrate the birth ceremony of a child? If you have visited there, then you must have thought where do these babies come from? Actually, see, all living things have to produce their own kind, and this process is known as reproduction. What is reproduction? All living things. See, all living things produce their own kind. Own kind. This process is known as reproduction. All living things produce their own kind. This process is known as reproduction. See, why do all living things produce? One question comes to our mind, why do all living things produce? As you know that living things have a fixed lifespan. So they die after a certain period of time, and it is the universal truth that all living things have to complete their life and after that they have to die. So before dying, they give birth to their young ones so that these young ones continue the life on the earth. And that's why living things produce. Generally, living things produce in the two ways. Actually, when we talk about the animals produce in the two ways. Reproduction two kinds. By giving to babies and second one is by laying eggs. Here we are saying that by giving birth to babies, some animals such as dog, lion, cat, human beings, they give birth to the babies and feed their babies with their milk. Such animals are called mammals. Those animals that give birth to the babies and feed their babies with their own milk, such animals are known as mammals. So we can define the mammals as, here we can give the example, human beings, dog, cat, etc. These are the examples of the mammals. They are giving birth to the babies and feeding their babies with their own milk. Now, animals like frog, snakes, birds, insects, they don't give birth to the babies. Instead, they lay eggs and the babies hatch out from the eggs, and when they grow up, they resemble their parents. So, we can say that frogs, snakes, birds, insects. These organisms, or we can say that these organisms or living things, reproduce by laying eggs, and the babies hatch from these eggs, and when they grow, they resemble their parents. Now, we will discuss some general characters of mammals. What are the general characters of mammals? The most important character of the mammal is that they give birth to the babies, feed their young ones with their milk, they have hairs on their body, and they have the external ear. This is known as the external ear or pinna. Characters of mammals. First character of the mammal is they give birth to the babies. They give birth to the babies. Second character of the mammal is they feed their young ones with their own milk. With their own milk. Third, they take care of their young ones. They take care of the young ones. Fourth character is they have hairs on their bodies. And the fifth character is they are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means their body temperature is fixed. They are warm-blooded. See. So mammals give birth to the babies. The mother feed their young ones with their own milk. They take care of the young ones. Then question comes to your mind. That how they take care of the young ones. So some organisms don't take care of the young ones. For example, snakes. But mammals used to take care of the young ones. They have hairs on their body. They are warm-blooded. So then here we have seen that in this way all living things reproduce, and now some families don't have babies, or we can say that some of the couples don't have the babies and their family is incomplete, so they adopt the babies from the orphanage. So here what is adoption? Adoption is a legal process. Adoption is a process. Adoption is a process by which People can take a child who is not born to them as their own son or daughter. The couples who don't have their babies, they adopt the child. They generally adopt the child from the orphanage, and it is the legal process. After adopting the child, they look after the child as their own son and daughter, and they are the foster parents. So today I am completing here, and your homework for tomorrow is that question number 1, define reproduction. Question number 2, what are mammals? And the question number 3 is, what do you mean by adoption? What do you mean by adoption? Thank you. That's all for today. Have a good day.